Hi guys, Ratsy here from DJ Kit, and I'm here with another comparison video for you. So today I'm going to be comparing the Pioneer HDJ 5, Pioneer HDJ 7 and Pioneer HDJ 10 headphones. So what I'm going to be doing is looking at the specs, the frequency of them. I'm going to be looking at the sizes of them, and I'm going to be trying them on my very good friend Bob. I'm also going to be looking at what they sound like. I'm going to plug them into a DJ controller, and I'm going to have a little listen to them myself and do a personal review myself. Just to say, all of these headphones are available in silver and black. I've got 3 of the silvers just so they all kind of look the same. So first of all, let's look at the prices. The HDJ X5s are £89. The HDJ X7s are £179, and the HDJ X10s are £299. So quite a sort of big step up from the 5s to the 7s, and then even from the 7s to the 10s. So let's look into their specifications. Okay, so let's jump straight in with the full specs of all of the headphones. Now, all 3 pairs of headphones are closed dynamic headphones, so they are all made for sort of studio work. So producing music, EQing, mastering music. You could even go as far as mastering your tunes using these headphones. Obviously, the 10s will probably be better in terms of mastering because, well, I'll come on to that shortly. So let's compare the impedance to start off with. If you don't know what impedance is, please feel free to Google it because I want to keep this video as quick and simple as possible. So the X5s have a 32 OHM, the X7s have a 36 OHM, and the X10s, funnily enough, have the same OHM as the X5s at 32. On to sensitivity now. So the HDJ X5s and the HDJ X7s have the same sensitivity at 102 decibels each, but the X10s have 106 decibels. Similar to the sensitivity, the X5s and the X7s have the same frequency at 5 Hz to 30,000 Hz, whereas the X10s have 5 Hz to 40,000 Hz. So let's get on to the maximum input of the headphones. Obviously, the bigger the input, the louder the headphones will be. So the maximum input of the X5s is 2,000 milliwatts, the X7 is 3,500 milliwatts, and the X10s are 3,500 milliwatts as well. So just to compare the weight of the headphones, these weights, by the way, are measured without the headphone cable. So the X5s come in at 269 grams, the X7s at 312 grams, and the X10s, obviously you can actually see that the box itself that they're packaging is bigger, they're 328 grams. The dynamic driver of the headphones now, so the X5s have a 40mm dynamic driver, the X7s have a 50mm driver, and the X10s have a 50mm driver as well. All of the headphones have a thing that Pioneer called a sound insulation chamber, which avoids as much bleeding as possible by sort of sucking in the sound while you're wearing them. Now, let's get them out of the boxes and take a look at what they look like, and also try them on for size. So let's have a look at what is included in the box with the X5. You get a carrying pouch for to protect the headphones. You get a 1.2 meter coiled cable and the plug adapter there as well. So now onto the X7s. What comes out of the packet of the X7? Again, you get your carrying pouch to protect your headphones when you're traveling and blah-de-blah-de-blah. It also comes with a 1.2 millimeter coiled cable, but also it comes with a 1.6 millimeter straight cable. Now, similar to the X5s, it comes obviously with the stereo adapter, but the connection into the actual headphones, if I can just grab it, is this small headphone mini jack here. That is your connection into the headphones there. So finally, in the box of the X10s, you get this lovely carry case, which is rock solid, protect the headphones very well. You've got a nice little slot here to keep your wires in, or your USBs or whatever. It comes with a 1.2 meter coiled cable, just like the X5 and the X7. but also a 1.6 meter straight cable, and obviously the stereo adapter as well, which is essential. Now the difference between the X10s and the X5 and X7 is the connection here between the headphone cable and the actual headphones. It's like a mini XLR cable, which, as opposed to the mini headphone jack. So now then, these are the X5s. I can tell you already, I know that we went through the weight earlier, but they're really, really lightweight. So there's the flexible headband here. They're very flexible, and you've got the 90-degree sort of swivel there. So now then, on to the X7s. They also have the 90-degree swivel can there, as well as the flexible headband as well. To be honest, they actually don't feel much different to the X5s in sort of size and stuff. If I just grab the X5 as well so that you can see the difference between the two. So there is the X7 and here is the X5. To be fair, they don't really look much different. Like I say, I've got them both in silver so that so that they would look as similar as possible, so that we could compare them through their differences. But yeah, I mean, the only thing is the X5s are a kind of darker silver and the X7s are more of a kind of shiny silver. Here are the X10s. So with the X5s and X7s, they've got the 90-degree swivel. Now these X10s have got what Pioneer called the auto return swivel. So when you twist the cans like that, they actually return back. So they go back to normal pose like that. They've also got the flexible headband as well, and then obviously the single ear monitoring design. So now here they are all lined up. So you've got the X5, X7, X10. Now you can see that there's more metal on the X10 compared to the 7s and 5s. And they do, when you line them up like this, I mean, you can see that they're like a little bit bigger and they look a lot more sturdy. Just in terms of durability, they all have military grade certification. All of the headbands have been tested 20,000 times, so sort of bended and moved around up to 20,000 times, and all of the parts are replaceable on all of the headphones as well. Now the standout from the X7 to the X5 is that it has more lightweight, durable metal parts on, whereas I guess the X5s are sort of plastic. And the standout of the X10 compared to the other two is that it has a thing which Pioneer called nano coating durable leather, which is water and dirt resistant on the pads and on this headband here. So that's all the specs done. Let's have a look at what they look like when you're actually wearing them. Right guys, first and foremost, this is Bob. You might have met him if you've come to our showroom before, or you might have seen him standing in the back of my live Facebook podcasts with his trousers around his ankles. Bob is currently wearing the X5s, so you can kind of see how big they are on his head. Now he's wearing the X7s and there's the X10s. So actually not that big a difference in terms of size when you're actually wearing them. But if you can tell the difference, obviously the X10s will sound a lot different to the X5s. So I checked out all the headphones, I plugged them all in, and I listened to the same tune through every single one of them. Which is a tune called Desperado by Artificial Intelligence. It's got a massive sort of sub bass on it, so I wanted to really test out the headphones. What I found was there was a huge difference between the X5 and the X10, but what I would say is I didn't notice that much of a difference between the X5 and the X7. There is a big price jump between these two. So in my opinion, maybe check out the X5s if you were looking at the X7s, or if you do have the budget, obviously the X10s are really, really, really lovely. The whole tune was a lot crisper on the X10s, and I felt more of the music coming through, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, the X7s have a great sound to them as well, and obviously, like I say, so do the X5s. but the X10s were really, really standout. So you do definitely get what you pay for with the X10s.